our bridge problem that we had at the end of the last episode. As you remember, we did have some flooding come through here. It was not pleasant, but I was able to fix some of the traffic issues. We were backed up all the way to the edge of the map, and at this point, it looks like we're not. We're still in night mode, so we're gonna take it easy on the big changes right now. Looks pretty nice. Like, our downtown is coming together really well, I think. You can see a lot of the lights are coming on. Transportation's still pretty easy. Back here is nice and quiet. A little dark, which is sort of what I was hoping for these houses. We'll see how they do. We'll see how they do. We also have this little hamlet. Apparently, I'm so glad you're here for this. We are a grand city. 22,000. 22,000 population. We have a third loan option, so that's big in and of itself. And we can go green. Oh man. We can go green. Okay. I have been avoiding green because those wind farms take up a lot of space. We could probably fill up the farm with them, the whole farm area, and start putting in some solar power plants. We did just put in a dam, so we could conceivably become a green city. We've unlocked a whole bunch of unique buildings that we just haven't been able to meet the requirements for building. I think we're doing well on achievements, but we got little fireworks at sunrise. I like this day-night cycle. I think it's very pretty. I hate that noise. That's not as pretty. But it looks like the sun's coming up. Our little traffic nightmares are doing okay. We have a ton of people walking on these paths. We have a ton of people walking on these paths. That's fantastic. Everyone's trying to get to work, looks like. And what a great time. And we have... this is really good. I'm pretty happy with how this is coming together. Down here is still very sad. There's crime. Oh, this is empty though, which means we can stop emptying it. The way that we fixed the trash problem earlier, by the way, and I'll just sort of explain how this works. So if we look at it, I have 3 dumps. These are my garbage dumps, and I can control on the dumps whether or not they are emptying the facilities or not. So earlier we had some trash problems, and it was because these 2 were full. And so all I did was I came over, clicked on it, and I emptied it. I know that there's an app for toggling this automatically because eventually this can get to be a little bit tedious. Especially because then you have to, once it is empty, it doesn't empty on its own again. Or it doesn't start filling up. And that's probably good because you can't delete them unless they're empty. So you have to deal with your garbage somehow. Our flooding seems to be less. I don't know what that was about. I'm hoping the dam. I mean, it's doing something. How are we on electricity? We're good. We're good on electricity because we built a dam. Wow. Wow. That was great. I'm so glad that we built that dam. I have an idea. Let's buy this. It's gonna cost us 10,000, but we have a lot of money. So it's not gonna be a big deal. We can also buy this right here. I'm gonna save off on it. Looks like we haven't earned it yet. But we may move down here, because look at that forest. That would be fantastic for a logging area and, you know, maybe like some rural communities up on top of this hill. I think that would be really nice. But this allows us to expand the Autumn Hill area of the town. So I mentioned I'm trying to build this up to be like a really nice area of the city. Unfortunately, they are right next to the water pumps, which I think we will probably actually move to the dam. Maybe now? Maybe now. Let's move them now. Because that's one of the things that has been holding down this neighborhood, has been the noise that these produce. If you look at their happiness, well, I mean, you can see I put parks like right next to it and just a ton over here. I really wanted to make them happy. And they're still, even with all these parks right here, they're not very happy. And so I think it's holding the neighborhood down. I think we're gonna move these upstream. We can probably put them up on the shore. Hopefully with the dam and the reservoir that it's created, this won't be that big of an issue. With the water level going up and down, hopefully it will be pretty stable. We'll be able to control it. And we won't have any more crazy floods. And if we just connect that, there, it's the squiggliest water pipe that's ever water piped. And for power, we shouldn't have to worry about power because it's connected to the dam. So hopefully we won't have a rash of water problems. Are you not connected? You don't seem to be connected. Okay. So we missed one, and just for good measure, to make sure everyone's really happy, we're gonna put out another one. We don't have, there are like giant water pumps that you can get a little bit later. We'll probably bring a couple of those up here. Hopefully that, there we go. Our capacity is really high. You can see it's working its way through the city. Unfortunately, it has to go through a lot of pipes over here. Since our water's coming from up there, we'll just give it an extra pipe so it doesn't have to go all the way down that way. That should help that be a little bit more responsive in the future. And these are just ready to be pulled out. But we are going to be, I think, expanding up here today, as I mentioned. So now that we've got that taken care of, we want to build a little curvy road along... Oh, that space is occupied with the park. There we go. So we can build a curve like that. And we're just going to bring this along the waterfront. That's probably good for right now. That gives us a lot of the city to work with, and you know what? We can even upgrade some of these to be the nice roads. Since it is the waterfront, we really want to focus on having a beautiful waterfront for our city. So especially roads that are, you know, coming in and out, that are actually touching a park on the waterfront, or something like that. We can't upgrade that type. Okay, sure. But like, I mean, I guess that one is, but you can't see it because it's a bridge. So we'll just get the one on top of it. That's pretty good. That's a really nice waterfront. And so we can do some grid in this, but because we want this to be a nice area of the city, and we really want to have a big, flourishing downtown with lots of tall buildings, we, I think, want to build a university over here. We have one, it's all the way over there. I think this side of town, like, look, they don't have a university education. These guys, the Valley kids, do. What about these guys? What about them? So we could build this right on the waterfront and just have like a really pretty college campus up here. I think that's going to be really nice. It does need some power, and we'll build some parks around it. I think that we already have that one, but I think we'll go ahead and just move that one actually. Relocate you. We can put it right across for now. Because I think back here we want a really big park. We want one of these. And maybe we can see if we can get it right behind it too. If we're gonna do that, let's get a straight road back here. And see what this looks like. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So this is like the university, right? They have that's not the spot for it. Where are we gonna put you though? I want the whole park. I'm thinking right there. Yeah. This is pretty nice. And what we can do, because you know I love to do this, you know I love to play with these little paths in here and just make some really pretty dirt trails that people can walk on. Do a little, you know, Charles Olmsted. He never believed in straight paths anyway. That one might be a little too out there. Because let's see, because we want to connect it to this park. And we can do that up here, maybe? Maybe up here. Looks like. Well, close enough. Okay, it does work. Then I need you. There we go. Okay. So we can connect it to this. What are we gonna put out here? I think we could go for some high density right there and there. Those will be like the dorms or something. We could even go with a little something there. And across the street, I think we'll just have low density. That should be functional. We might need to get some water out here. We have some nice paths though. Not a lot of trees yet. I think that there is a an app, or not an app, a mod or whatever that gives you a brush, which would be fantastic. I would love to have a brush for this. I have so much money, I honestly don't care at all about the money on putting these trees down. I just want to sort of fill this area up so we can have as many trees as possible in these big sprawling parks. Especially one right next to the university. But we still want to have our dorms. So hopefully they should be able to still build on there. But that does give us a little college campus. It sure looks nice at night. I tell you what, we're gonna have to get a police station out here though, because I don't trust these college kids as far as I can throw them. How nice. How nice. We should just be able to build off of that, I think. So maybe we don't need the fanciest roads, but if we start like there or something. Just build a grid. And the interesting thing here, even though we're building just a plain boring grid, oh man, does not want to connect. Why is that? Are there different kinds of road? I tell ya. Especially in front of the university, I think we want some tree-lined streets, especially there. Maybe not everywhere. Everyone's got grass. They should be happy. They should be happy about that grass. But that is going to cause problems. Here we go. There we go. Alright, we were able to do the street, and we should be able to make it so that... there we go. We only have some trees in that area. So we do need to get some water out here. Again, if you just go 440, that would get you basically the perfect amount to overlap it, just so. It's one of those tricks that I just love. I just love that. Especially later, you know, at the beginning you sort of want to figure out where you're going to put your pipes. You're really worried about placement. And if you go back and you watch the first few episodes of this city, you can see us struggle with that, especially in some of the first episodes. We really ran out of money fast. But here... at least at this point, I don't think that we're worried too much about money. I mean, we have $500,000. We're making 16,000. But I tell you what, though, we do want to make a new zone here. This is going to be the university zone, right there. This whole waterfront, and Autumn Hills was where all the water came from, so they had the water rights. We'll see. We'll see who gets water rights in the future. It may end up being Meadow Park. There could be a big battle at City Hall. Who gets water rights to that area? But the university is going to be its own district, and there's a little reason for that. And we'll go to policies and just check on Magnolia District. We want to have an education boost and also allow recreational use. We're just gonna, it's Berkeley, basically. This is Berkeley that we're making. We'll give free public transit for all the kids, focus on parks and recreation, recycling, taxation we want, tax relief on low density residential. Just for this little area right here, just because we want to try and keep it nice, keep it scenic for the university. So I don't think we need any other policies, but we are... Let's see, we already have education boost. High-tech housing. Yeah, that'll be nice. So that's going to be a really nice area of the city. And eventually, you know, it'll be interesting to figure out how we connect all of this together. This could end up being a big park. And this could end up being like a main thoroughfare. Or main, I don't know, like thoroughfare, is that what you would call it? But basically like a main street that would go all the way down here and come up. So that's something that we could do. Just focus on trying to keep that flow of traffic smooth and consistent. So I think down here is turning out really nice. You know, again, I was trying, especially in the early game, not to play the long game too much. But as you can see, like, the decisions that you make early on end up having a really big impact. And like you saw over here, how one little decision, one little thing right there made a traffic jam all the way back. And so it's important to plan. It's important to really think through what you want to do with your city. But at the same time, sometimes you just have to build where you are. You know, we came into the city here, so this is where we started. This was the start zone. And as you can see, like, now that's on, like, the border of the wilderness for us, and there's just this big empty thing. So you just sometimes have to build where you are and start from there. But you do want to have an eye towards the long game. So I think this is turning out really well. I really like what's happening up here. Especially with the sun coming up. You can see all the problems with our dam. Apparently there's a one-way road up there. Doing the wrong thing. This is nice. And if you remember, up here, we have a forest. So we could get a whole forest industry, there we go. That's the words. Up here. Maybe connect it over the freeway somehow. Maybe come in on the backside, although this is really just meant as a one-way sort of thing. It's a pretty nice connection though. I did not build that one. That one came with the map. I did build this one though. A little more compact. Does basically the same job. I'm not sure how possible it is to just hook up something over here and have it go out that way. I'm pretty sure it's really just meant as a one-way split because you're just dealing with 2 lanes coming off, but we haven't zoned up here yet. No, we did. No one's building though. There's just not a lot of demand for it. You know why? Because we need to build some offices. That's why. So we can continue that up here because this can be a whole area. We were already talking about bringing this out and up like that, just like that, and there. So that's sort of going to be the main road. We can just bring that in there so it connects. Figure out what to do about in here. We could have a road come up. We could use a lot of the space, or we could continue the park that we had here, and that could also be fun as well. Expand the zone that, or the district, all out here, and just have it be just a very, very pretty hillside. Who knows? But I think this is going to be our commercial area. So the thing I'm thinking about is we have to connect it to over here. We do need to try and maximize the space. We are, you know, right up against the freeway. These are just going to be some guides for me for a second. Let's see. So we should be able to take some of these over like a bridge. And by like a bridge, I mean just as a bridge. There. We want to keep it on our grid over here as much as possible. Because we know that this grid right here is the same as this grid. So we know that those are going to connect. And what we're really worried about is connecting this grid, which is on a slant, to this one. And we're going to be doing that up here. So we can bring these over. As bridges as well. And that way we don't, because we don't want to worry too much about connecting to this freeway. That being said, this freeway is going to be running through an area with some tall buildings and things like that, so we're going to want to try and keep the noise down a little bit. We already did that up here. What the... I guess that's just how we started. I don't know why that's just connecting right onto that. I mean, does that one want to? We could. Sure. Just be a big grand entrance, or exit. Let's see if we can bring this one over. But you know what? I don't think we need to. I think we can bring it off of here. Something like that. We can bring this up. There. So we have like something kind of interesting going on. Just bring that up this way. This way. We want this to continue, I think, to there. Yeah, that's really nice. I think we can do that, and we don't need to do that. Oh, that would be something, huh? I probably could. I probably could go under here. Oh, I saw you do it. Nope. Nope. Ugh. Okay, here we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Fun. Think we can do it up here? I don't think we can. But we could build a bridge up. Could have something come down this way. No. I think if it's coming here, then it needs to go up onto the bridge. And it doesn't want to do that. So, what can we do? Because there is some space there. I mean, oftentimes what I do is fill it in with trees. You know, kind of give some distance from the freeway, but up here we really built into it. Really built into it, and so it feels, you know, very different to not. Maybe if we have a couple on-ramps. There's ways to get on and off of the freeway. How do we do it here? Something like that. Freeway entrance. And over here we want an exit. But I think we also want an entrance as well. We do have some space here, like this one's not used, and I think that's good. We can just keep that for cross traffic. But maybe some way to get off right here. Too steep. If we start here, looks like we can get it. We have a fire station there, so I'm a little... This really should be a bridge. But it hasn't caused problems yet. But so we have our fire station right here. And that was important, so I don't... It had to do with covering these buildings. It's silly. But it has to do with what, you know, where you start the map and stuff. It can be difficult if you're trying to plan ahead. So... We can't build our on-ramp right there. Hopefully this one will suffice. It will require people to go up onto the main street, which could cause congestion. I could move this, but I'd risk fires in this area. Maybe I will. Let's move it. Let's be daring. There we go. And we'll bring this in. Like that. So now you can get on. And now I think it's time to zone. So we want some office space. We have a lot of demand for industry. And we have a university over here. This is our second university, so we really want to start building out some office space. At the same time, we do want a place to sell it. So we probably want some commercial space as well for us. Over there is going to have to change. we're going to be kicking those residents out, and we're going to expand up here as the city sort of grows out away from the river. We have 23,000 people living in the city, so we are growing. We're a growing city. And that's exciting. We have a ton of money still. We have basically $750,000. And, you know, I haven't been necessarily being cheap. I think, like, we just built this whole situation right here. Which is pretty cool. Eventually, I think we're gonna have to build some paths for people, pedestrians to walk, sort of along this whole thing. You can see we've started working our way down it. Aw, man, it would be really interesting to go up from there, huh? Instead of going down? That'd be neat. That'd be hard. That'd be really hard. This is filling up fast, though. Look at all this. Look at that demand. Offices are moving in. That's fantastic. This area is going to be really nice. We do have to figure out what to do with this triangle. We could fill it in really easily, just maximize the use of the space there, get as much density as possible, or we could try and expand this sort of, you know, park area that we've created up here by the university. So we could continue that sort of down this way and create something really nice and I think valuable for the city in the long term. But you know, we are a hungry city. We do need space. So let me know what you think about that, if you have opinions. I do try and take people's comments and advice and things like that, so I should actually start naming areas of the city after different people, different districts and things like that. So we could actually start doing that. I know we did get a comment from someone who was watching the stream earlier who was talking about the residential areas around here and sort of expanding that, and that has been very successful. So this may turn into, this may be named after them, if I can find their name. We still do have the whole valley over here to expand into. You can't really see it that well at night. I don't know how well the stream captures it, but I just really enjoy this game. This night mode is spectacular. We haven't looked at our train situation in a little while. We do have a lot of cars going up and down that road for some reason. I think it's to turn around. I think it's to turn around from this. What if we just went nuts and just added a turnaround spot? Is that not possible? Okay. So it is. Doesn't seem to be up there. Let's connect these up. See if that will help people turn around. I mean, this will cause a little bit of cross traffic. We'll see. I mean, I don't know where else they're going. If you follow this thing, it just goes up to the dam. And then they're just turning around and going back down. I mean, it's, you know, quite pretty, I suppose, in a string of lights sort of way. I think, you know, there ought to be a better way to get in. What are you doing? You're going all the way up still. Is it because they don't have a way of turning in? What if... I destroyed that. And... connected it somehow. There. Because we want some way to get out to the bridge. But everyone who goes to the port doesn't need to go to the bridge. And we've yet to see a train come in. So we did also talk about bringing a train in here. So maybe that's what this is. Maybe this is a train station. We'll see. We'll see. We're gonna, I think, take a break for just a little bit. It's probably time for me to rest my voice. Has been a lot of talking today. But I hope that you've enjoyed the stream so far. I hope you've enjoyed the city. I hope you've had a good time here in Springwood with me. And I guess until next time, I'm Grishno, and I'll see you later.